back to my channel. I'm super excited to be doing a bit of a 2021 goals and plan with me video. So I know a lot of us, we love to set goals for the new year and it's really exciting, but it's one thing to set goals and then to actually go ahead and achieve those goals. So I'm pretty much going to go through some of my goals for the year and how I actually implement and plan to achieve those goals. So it's going to come into a bit of like planning, time block, and just like habits and everything you can kind of set in place so it's not so overwhelming. Because I know, like, to go ahead and say like, I want to be healthier this year, I want to save money. How are we actually going to do that? Like, what steps are we going to put in place every single day so you can actually achieve those goals? So I hope this video helps some of you. If you have any questions, please leave them below. But yes, I want to be going through like how I plan and all that fun stuff that you guys know I love to do. Oh, there's a spider. So everyone's different in terms of like planning and like writing down your goals. You might be more of a digital person. For me personally, of course, I like to write everything down. For me, there's something like therapeutic about writing stuff down, hence why I created my own planners. But I'm just going to take you through like what I do, and a lot of my stuff is writing things down. It's like journaling in the morning. It's, it's kind of like an outlet for me. And when you're writing it onto paper, it feels a bit more like concrete for me. It's like, I've got to commit to this. It makes sense to me anyway. So when it comes to, goals for me, I like to always do my goals in categories, of course. So my 4 categories generally when it comes to goals, it can differ, depends on like person to person. I kind of have about 5 different ones. So I've got personal, which can be things from, like just things that serve me. So like working on how I talk to myself, like if you have negative self-talk, could be about, going to bed earlier, reading more, just doing things that make you feel good, again in nature, doing a new hobby. There's so many things. So that's more personal. And then there's health. So that's more of like obviously health and fitness. So eating better food, moving my body. It would also mean, getting off my phone at a certain time, stop scrolling. So health and personal can kind of cross over a little bit. And then there's financial. So that's like, do I want to save for, a block of land or a house, or do I want to save for an iPad, which is on my little goal as well. But just saving for things. Generally, it could be as small as, I want to stop buying coffees every week, or it could be as big as I want to save for a house. And then there's family. And there's social as well. So family for me, what I really would love for my family in the coming year. So for me it'd be, more quality time, getting out of the house, going down to the van, spending less time on our phones in the afternoons and being present with our kids, stuff like that. And then there's work/careers. So it could be, if you work for yourself like me, building up your brand. I want to be able to hire more people. I want to be able to, make this product or whatever. Or if you work for someone, it could be getting that promotion or, upskilling to learn something. So there's so many different things, and I'm going to go through with like my own goals as well with that. So that's one really good step, is to have your goals in categories. So I'm going to quickly take you through my goals in terms of categories, and then we can kind of see how we plan them out. All right, planning out your goals, there's so many different ways to do this. I also like to break down some goals into months. All right, so for me personally, a lot of these goals I will rewrite every month. And this is kind of like a form of journaling for me. I will again talk about journaling later, but writing at the start of each month, looking at your overall goals for the year, it can definitely keep you having that focus. So for me, my personal goals are work on my self-talk. So, like for me, I do have a lot of negative self-talk. It's something I've had to work on for years. Another one is read it every night, meditate daily, and then journal each day. Then finance, my groceries under $200 have definitely been much better, especially now that I'm back into the swing of things, going to the markets again, which is a lot cheaper. Eat out once a week. I think we've even nailed that. No late night online shopping. That's a big one for me. And then health, I've got workout 5-6 times a week, stretch, fresh fruit and veg every meal, 3 liters of water every day. Then some examples of social goals is like phone down by 9 p.m. And by that I mean is like, obviously social media is a social platform. Every conversation, everything you do, you are, giving that energy out. So I feel like it's fair to be able to say like 9 o'clock, I'm off with my partner or my family, or relaxing by yourself. Say no more if I feel run down. I'm definitely a yes person. I'm the biggest people pleaser. So that was a big one for me. And then get outdoors with friends more, which is something I've done a lot better this month too. So these are all reflective of my overall yearly goals as well. So revisiting those goals every single month, every single day is super important. All of these goals, big or small, can be broken down into habits. And that's one main thing I want to stress to you guys is no matter how big your goals are, you really need to kind of scale it right back and be like, how can I reach this goal day to day or week to week? Speaking of habits, as I mentioned before, having a habit tracker can really help you get to your goals quicker. So for example, one of my goals was to work out 5 to 6 times per week, and I've been able to track that every single day. Meditate, that's a goal I had. 3 liters of water, that's a goal I had. For my social rules, which is reading and not scrolling, that's another goal I had. So that's all there. It's accountable for me to be able to tick off. Keeping yourself accountable is super important. So yeah, really being able to break your goals down is perfect. Now, one of the biggest hurdles when I, usually ask people like, why didn't you achieve this goal? Or even for myself, if I don't achieve a goal, usually always comes down to time. So, really scheduling in your time, making time for yourself, for, journaling, reading, meditation, making sure you have that time to exercise. This is all stuff that we really need to schedule, and it helps when you have pretty highlighters. So yeah, I want to take you through kind of like my system. Again, I write everything down in a diary. You can do it on your phone, in like Google Calendar, whichever works best for you. And then every task, like, or every category of my life, I like to make sure is kind of in every single day, even if it's for like 5 minutes. So for me, like health, I make sure I'm moving some point of the day. If it's like that quality family time, I like to make sure I schedule that in too, because when everything is like set out for you, it's a lot less overwhelming, and you can make it work when it's put out. So like time blocking. Basically, time blocking is when you take sections of your day to actually just focus on one task at a time. And you can do that with in any aspect of your life. It could be health, family, work. It helps me a lot, especially with my job. I've got like so many facets of my businesses, and I really need to make sure each one's getting enough attention. So time blocking helps me so much, but I can do like a whole separate video on that as well. One thing I really like to do, especially on those busy weeks, is using a different colored highlighter for different like categories of my life. So for example, I like to use blue for personal, so for workouts, for books, anything like that, that's for me. The kids are in pink, and then cleaning the house is in green, and work is in purple. One really great way to break down one of your goals is using a project planner. So now I've obviously got this in my 2021 planners. You can do this in a notebook anywhere. And basically what you want to do is have your overall like goal or subject, which could be, decluttering a cupboard, or for me, it's achieve work balance. And then the date you want it to be completed. And then you want to put a description. So for me, it's reassess and set out new work schedule, and then time blocking all projects for work and the blog. So for me, that's basically what I'm setting out to do. I want to have more of a balance, be more present as a mum. Then you also want to write out your action plan. So for me, it's list all action tasks for work, list out all tasks for the blog, lay out working hours, and then I'm going to schedule and time block tasks. And then, your materials or whatever you need, and then your to-do list. So for me, it's like all of those steps pretty much listed in a more simple form. And then as I work through them, I'm going to tick them off. So, having a project planner for goals, for anything, it could be around the house, it could be, if you're a student, it could be for an assignment, anything like that. This really does help to break it down. Another example is like organizing your house. So this one's reorganize the kids' playroom cupboard. So I want to declutter and organize the playroom. And then my action plan is cull, categorize, storage, and then label everything I'm going to need to do it, and then my steps. It's just a lot less overwhelming doing it this way. Another great idea if you're trying to get fitter is having a workout planner. So every week I will write down, what body part I'm training, actually plan it every single day. And this is going to help you get closer to your goals, which is, 5 to 6 workouts per week, which was for me. And this makes sure I actually get this done. I know for me personally, in the past, if I haven't actually planned out my goals or, even time blocked my weeks to make sure I achieve those goals, I tend to think that it's too hard. It's like I put it in the too hard basket. As humans, if we don't plan out and simplify the steps to achieving those goals, it is human nature for us to just put it in the too hard basket. Even if you use a notebook and just actually break down your goals into steps, so you can, get that promotion, save for that car, get fit, like spend less time online. It's so easy to say you want to do that, but actually implementing, the habits every day so you can actually achieve that is super important. One of my goals, which I actually started from last year, was to save up for an iPad for work. Yeah, basically, I like to write down, my financial goals how much needed, date to be achieved, and then your description. And then you can have a savings tracker. Every single week I will go into my savings tracker. One of the last things I want to quickly talk about is the never-ending to-do list. So this is another reason why a lot of us might not achieve our goals, because we're too busy, I've still got to do X, Y, Z. So what I like to do is make a brain dumping list for everything. And I have this in categories as well. So if you've been following me for a while on Instagram, I used to talk about this a lot. I basically do a brain dump list for every aspect of my life. So for us, it's house, kids, work, and then life admin. So they're the main brain dumping lists that I have to do things for. Everyone's is going to be different. Yours could be uni, life admin, house, or it could be uni, work, whatever. So everyone's got different things is what I'm trying to say. Again, in a notebook, I literally just write this down. And I've also got a list for projects because it's me. For me, getting it out on paper again and writing it down helps you so much mentally, because you don't have to physically remember everything. So I'll quickly take you through mine now. Before I get into the brain dumping list, also my to-do list, so everything from my planner. So my planner, I write the most important tasks. It could say work from 9 till 5. But what I actually get done in those work hours too, I will write on a to-do list. Having these little planners that work together make me so much more productive. And this is something I can transfer onto the next day as well in tomorrow's tasks. So here is my brain dumping list, and these are just in the notes section in my planner. Grab a notebook, whatever you have, and then just start making categories under things that you need to do. So I've got my home list. So as you guys know, I declutter every single week. So I've got so many different things on here. I've got declutter the kitchen drawers, the hallway table, outside bench, because I need to buy one of them. Just little annoying things that you need to do around the house. Even things like getting a new doormat, because that's just something that you just don't really think about often. So I write everything down. Then I've got the van list. As you guys know, we have a caravan. There's heaps of stuff I need to get for that. And over here we have my work list. I need to get desks, new printer, I need to record a brainstorming session. And then here I've got my kids' brain dump list, which is just things like they need some new sandals, swim bag, and then they want to try gymnastics class. So it's things that aren't super urgent, obviously, but just things that you need to do. My life admin, so I want to get my license on my phone, change PO box. And then I've got my projects, which is more for YouTube and stuff, which is the new house series we're doing, which I'm super excited about. But yeah, everything is written out and I don't have to remember it, and it's amazing. I absolutely love this. You guys need to do it. All right, but there's one catch with the brain dumping list. My general rule is you need to complete 2 tasks from it each week. Really dedicate ticking off some of these every week. All right, so vision boards. Now, again, with this, you don't have to stick it on to a board and have it, in your room. It definitely does help. For me at the moment, I've put mine on my phone. I have it on my desktop, and I just made it with Canva. So Canva is a free app. So that's my vision board on my phone there. And there is some images on there of Ryan and I and just me. And there are times in my life where I've just felt really content and happy. So they're obviously not in the future, but it's just, yeah, when you look in a photo album and there's a photo and you're I felt really good that day. That's what those couple of photos are, and where I felt really aligned with who I am and what I want to do. Anyway, so I've got that. I've got some pictures of green veggies. I've got reading. I've got a picture of a really beautiful house because we're building a new house this year. I've got, me and the family, and then I've got this really cute little image in there of how I'd love our warehouse to be one day. So yeah, just stuff like that. You can make it any size. So hop onto Canva and you can do it there, or there's heaps of other apps you could do it as well, but I just found that was the easiest. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope some of the tips I shared with you today, categorizing your goals, having a brain dump list for every part of your life, time blocking, scheduling, all that stuff. I hope it really helped get you a bit more clear on what your goals actually are, and I really hope you achieve them this year. If you have any questions, please leave them below, and also let me know what else you would love to see on my channel this year. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week. Bye!